Hi, I'm Alex and I am pro artist for Charlotte Tilbury. Let me show you how I achieve this easy but glam bridal look. So I've already prepped my skin with Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream and our skincare range. Now I'm using our beautifying eye trends palette in Pink Love, and I'm starting off with this shade right here. This is a nice light metallic shade, and then I'm going to pop that just across the inner corner of the eyes and the lower eyelid. And I'm using one of our beauty blenders just to really blend this out, and same on the other side. Now this will really highlight the inner corners of your eye and give you a lovely natural brightness and add some more dimension to the eye shape as well. And secondly, I'm going to go in with this nice light matte shade here. This one is a nice light matte pink, using the same brush as before. And now I'm washing this right across the eyelids and up into the crease. And then the same on this side. I'm really buffing that out onto the outer corners. Okay, so now I'm taking this deeper shade here in the matte, and I'm using a more compact brush, which is a Charlotte Tilbury smudger brush. And then I will take this just on the outer corners of the eye here and into the crease. Again, keep it onto the outer corners of the eye. And then using a blender brush, we're really going to buff that out. Make sure it's completely seamless, so there's no transition lines. And then the same on the other side. And I like to do this with the eyes open, looking directly into your mirror. And then you can really check for symmetry on both sides. So using your blender brush, and then really buff that out and into the crease. And then I'm going to take that same brush from before, the more dense smudger brush, and then the medium pink matte shade in the palette, and I'll run this along the lower lash line. And this helps to create balance between the top of the eye and the underneath, so your eye makeup look doesn't look too top heavy, and it also really frames the eyes. Right, and now for the fun part, we're going to use our finger and then go in with this pop shade here, and this will be washed across the eyelid, starting from the inner corner and working your way out. And then I like to just blend the edges really gently to make sure everything is really buffed out and seamless. And repeat on the other side. And again, blend the edges. And now I'll take a clean smudger brush, and using the initial shade that we used at the start, I'm going to take this right into the inner corners of the eye. This will really brighten up the whole look and make your eyes look more awake. I'm moving on to eyeliner now, and this is Pillow Talk in our Rock and Coal formula. I'm starting on the outer corners of the eye, and I'm building up some intensity. And then with the eyes open, looking into the mirror, I'm going to map out where I'd like the wing to go. This is a really good method to use if you've got more hooded eyes as well. And then once you're happy with the shape, start to bring the eyeliner back in towards your eye. Eyelids, I like to keep the eyeliner nice and thin, so that way it doesn't overtake your eye makeup look, and then just provides a little bit more definition. Now for the hard part, matching it up on the other side. So creating that depth on the outer corner, eyes open, look directly forwards and create that wing, and then bring it back in. Always make sure you're checking for symmetry as well on both sides. Now to complete the eye makeup look, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Exaggerate Mascara in black. And I really love to coat the lashes right from the root all the way to the ends. And once you get to the outer corners, I really like to pull upwards and outwards to create a little bit more height and more of a feline shape. And then I will repeat the same on the other side. I always like to place some mascara onto the bottom lashes as well to really open the eyes. Moving on to lips now, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Lip Cheat in shade medium. Starting with the Cupid's bow, I like to overline ever so slightly just here. And then as we're getting to the corners of the mouth, I try to keep this as close to the natural lip line as possible. I do like to colour in slightly onto the lips as well. This really helps with the longevity of your lip look because the lip cheats are waterproof. And then onto the bottom lip, overdraw slightly just here. And then again, once you get into the corners of the mouth, keep it really natural and really close to the natural lip line. Now I'm going in with my favourite Charlotte Tilbury lipstick shade, which is Runway Royalty. And I like to blend this in with the lip liner. I'm using a lip brush just to really buff the edges to give a more natural look. And now for some gloss, this is Collagen Lip Bath in a Pillow Talk Fair, just in the centre of the lips. This is so easy to apply because the applicator is a heart shape, which literally hugs the edges of your lip line. Lastly, I'm going to finish Complexion with Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Contour Wand. This is shade medium. So I pop 2 dots just onto the cheekbone. Taking a Hollywood Complexion brush, I'm going to blend that out in upwards and outwards motions just to keep everything lifted. I'm taking it right up into the temples. So doing this gives a bit of colour to the face, and it also helps give a lifted effect and give more structure to your facial framework. Now 2 dots just across the top of the forehead, and then really blend that out. And then repeat the same steps on the other side. Moving on to blush and highlighter now. This is Pinkgasm Beauty Light Wand. I like to keep this quite high on the cheekbones and then add a dot of Spotlight Wand highlighter just slightly above, and then blend together. So now to set the makeup in place using one of my all-time favourite Charlotte Tilbury products. I could not live without this. This is Airbrush Flawless Powder, and I'm using shade 1. It's so light and so finely milled that you can't feel it on the skin, but it's really going to take down any oiliness and really keep your makeup in place. And last but not least, Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Setting Spray. So here's my finished easy but glam bridal look using all of my favourite Charlotte Tilbury products linked below.